Welcome back, people. It is episode 23 of season 6 of the Taxi Squad podcast. We got a fair amount of things to get into today. Before we do, like, follow, subscribe, maybe share with a friend. We got strange and unusual topics about pictures of NFL players. We also have a deal that, of course, is not done. We have an air it out from a special friend. We also have some MLB discussions about the new CBA. And our White Sox are back in the news for all the right reasons. We have some NBA Finals talks ahead of us and the preview of this Finals and also the Western Conference Final. We have an NHL Stanley Cup preview and NFL free agency. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back, it's the Taxi Squad, yeah.
Vince! How you doing, dude?
Oh, hey there, bud. Dude, big ups this week. The audio's already the big trust. The audio is already much better, and I can guarantee that based on the fact that I'm wearing headphones. So sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah, it was like ow, ow, ow.
And thank you for letting me know.
Echoey.
Yeah,
it was a little echoey. I couldn't hear it when we were recording because it just sounded like this. Yeah, right. So I'm going one way, you're going the other way. Can't catch everything. But
that's why when
Vince,
I plugged it in, I was like, uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
What we were talking about in the pre-show fist fight, though, was actually pretty funny. For those of you who have been listening to the podcast now for the past going on almost 5 years, we have a theme song. And as you know, in the theme song, it sounds an awful lot like Randy Newman. Somebody recently said, wish we had somebody who could write that theme song like that. Does everybody not know that that's Vince?
Yeah, I did that. All the backgrounds, it sounds like me. But Newman was a voice vocoder over my voice, hence the sound of Randall Newman.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Vince sent it to me. I was like, this is brilliant. I said, it just sounds like Randy Newman should sing it.
Buddy, I got to
do enough homework on the internet.
Theme songwriting, I guess. I don't know what it is.
Dude, you're going to be like modern day Uncle Charlie. And not the Uncle Charlie like Charlie, like from the Gap Band, like Uncle Charlie from 2.5 Men.
Yeah, I like the Gap Band better.
Dude, Uncle Charlie from 2.5 Men's the man in the show. Like, if you're that guy, he's the man. He just writes jingles and bangs supermodels.
He was kind of the man out of the show, too, for a little bit of time, and then he did some crazy shit. Tiger Blood.
Yes.
I don't know if that came through or bled through in the audio, but someone was bumping Bad Bunny in the background, dude. So I was just dancing. The Cubs game's about to start, so.
Yeah, who they got tonight?
They got it's interleague. They're playing the Athletics.
Ooh, that could be a fun little game. That could be a fun little
matchup.
Yeah, we'll talk about a little baseball here soon. But yeah, the Bad Bunny's a good time.
Bad Bunny.
Right? I just love the interpretations of his songs. In English,
it's not that far off of every other rap song ever since the beginning of time, to be fair. She says, I need a girlfriend. That's all it is. It's like, Monica, no. Like, that's all it is.
Exactly. In my eyes, it's like one of those situations where you look at it and you're just like, well, I mean, it's fun. At least it's fun. At least the music's fun. It's like when everybody lost their shit about the Super Bowl. That didn't make any sense.
I mean, that was a fun show. Is that what you're saying? Or the people that didn't like it?
I mean, it was a fun show.
Yeah.
It was a very fun show. I mean, if you hate on that, you don't like entertainment.
Well, they wanted I just want to drink my beer and fuck my goat or whatever that guy said. Like, yeah, don't need that.
Catch my fish.
Kiss my dog.
Bo Burnham many years ago did a whole thing on pandering. In country writing, and it's so real.
Dude,
and that
his Parks and Rec character is exactly like that. It's just like, bring home some money and bring home the troops. Like, that's exactly what it is. It's like, shut up, dude.
It is exactly that with many modern day country writers.
Buddy.
Like, what's that Luke Bryan song?
I was just gonna say.
Tree.
I just need hold on. This is a squirrel, but we have to do this before we get into
Climb tree, drink beer, pet my dog.
It's so
Take
insane.
shit.
It's Fish Hunt Golf Drink is the name of it. And it goes, wake up, coffee camo, climb tree, wet line, 18 fish hunt, golf drink. A country boy's dream, fish hunt, golf drink. It's so bad. Unbelievably bad, Lucas. Unbelievably bad.
Fish hunt? Fish, so not together. So it's just
fish comma hunt, comma golf, comma drink.
Got it. Okay.
I like two of those four.
Yeah. I went skeet shooting. That's a sport, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not anti.
That's a skeet shooting is a hell of a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's like so much fun for $100 that you could have in a matter of 2 hours. Just a grand old time.
Yeah. In multiple
10 out of
ways,
10 would recommend good. Those. I mean, white people don't know what it means yet. Speaking of skating, leads us into a little strange and unusual topic.
Please, before we go into this, at least cite the source so people know where we're coming from here, because who knows, really.
Okay. So this, to my defense, this was also published on a Fox Sport talk show, which is not much better than the Bro Bible.
Same shit.
Correct. Might as well be the same shit considering the source. But allegedly, and we go with allegedly, now that the trade's done, there were some drama rags coming out about the Philadelphia Eagles locker room, stating that A.J. Brown and Hassan Reddick had a little bit of a love triangle going on with one of the team massage therapists. The theory, first shared on Twitter, rapidly came up during this time frame, and granted, during the season, you don't know what's going on. Allegedly, A.J. Brown went to Jalen Hurts to vent about, basically a side chick that they both kind of fell in love with, because I believe all of them are married with kids. I don't know.
To be fair, Jalen Hurts not involved with this therapist.
No, Jalen Hurts is not involved. A.J. Brown went to Jalen Hurts to vent. Hassan Reddick and A.J. Brown were involved with this alleged massage therapist. What is it with the NFL players and massage therapists, by the way?
I was going to say, leave the massage therapists alone.
And leave the OnlyFans ladies alone. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone. You're going to have trouble.
Ush. Okay. What up, cows? I want to introduce you to this girl. I think I really love this girl. She drives a black Durango. License plate says Angel. What? Tattoo on her ankle. Plus, she making pesos. Got a crib in Peachtree. Peachtree? Right on 17th Street. I call her TT. We messing with the same girl.
Same girl.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought about right away.
How about the love of my life and my potential wife could be the same girl?
Same girl.
So A.J. Brown went to vent about this to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts pretty much already knew this was going on, but stayed out of it because he wasn't trying to play sides, because he's just being a team player. So when he went to him, Jalen Hurts is like, man, if it's not about football, I don't want it.
Smart.
And then A.J. Brown got exceptionally pissed off that he didn't want to go down the rabbit hole with him. And then that started to lead to their issues as a team, even though they won a Super Bowl in 2024.
I was like, when Hassan Reddick was on the team, let alone.
They won a Super Bowl, so they clearly got past it. But then, as we know, the mutiny of last season and all the things that created. So interesting little triangle for a strange and unusual topic.
Yeah. I mean, the guy that said it, he said, this account is based on information shared with me by sources I trust. People are free to believe or dismiss as they see fit. But that'd be funny. But also, this would be going on for 2 years, and then he's like, all right, I've had enough. He lied to me 2 years ago. about a girl that
Well,
you shouldn't have been messing with in the first place. Really?
The organization's going to really get involved in this. They're going to be like, why do you want to trade AJ? Well, Jalen Hurts knew about my side piece banging Hassan Reddick. And then Hassan Reddick leaves because they don't have enough money to sign everybody, which is fair. It's just really funny to me.
It's goofy,
comical in many ways.
Is what I think.
Oh, it's very goofy. It's very
goofy moves.
And I mean, we'll talk about all of NFL free agency here shortly, but this was a strange and unusual topic that I had some, fun inkling that this would be a good share, right? Yeah. Similar that why isn't Diana Rossini getting any fucking credit for the trade bombshell of AJ Brown to the Patriots? Because she called that shit direct from the source or the tip.
Adam Schefter should have said, source Diana Rossini. Couldn't tag her because she deleted her Twitter, but he should have at least sourced her.
He should have sourced her because he didn't drop that news. Diana Rossini's been on this case for a long time in more than one way.
Yeah, I was going to say
bouncing on it.
The thing is, Mike, about this isn't the only AJ Brown snafu that's going on around the internet. You've seen
what do we got?
You've seen guys, right, where they like get drafted by a team or sent to a team, similar to Thieneman when he was drafted by the Bears. Like, look, he has a Bears jersey on when he's a kid. So AJ Brown tried to do the same thing. Love the Patriots, I guess. I don't know. Post this picture of him as a boy with the Patriots jersey on. Clear as day. Photoshopped Patriots jersey on this kid. Clear as day. Maybe not on this screen, but if you go and look at it, you could see it's like purposely tried to like dolled out, and you could tell that AI doctored the picture. You go to the second one, and this is just obvious. Like very, very clearly obvious. Let alone Nike started making NFL jerseys way after he was a child, so don't know how the hell he got a Nike's one. The way the Patriots said is not listed out correctly the way that it would be on the jersey. You go onto Instagram and it says, this post has been edited by AI. It's so clearly wrong. What are we doing? What are we doing, H?
I think he's just trying to play into the fandom, right? He's trying to play into the group
by lying.
To say, hey, I'm a part of you guys now. Yeah, maybe a little bit. But really, and I don't want to sound away here, why would he have a Tom Brady jersey on when Randy Moss played for the fucking Patriots? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Doesn't track.
He wasn't a kid. Brown, he wasn't that age then anyway.
Right. So he was like in middle school. Because what? He's like 31? He's your age? 30?
I think so. Yeah.
29?
So in 2007, okay. I guess he would have been 13. That kid looks like he's 6.
That kid looks like a baby. He looks like a little baby.
Ain't no way.
He looks like a 5-year-old. Tom Brady wasn't even out of college at that point. So I'm not picking that one up. I'm not touching that.
He's 28. Now, so even so, he doesn't even look 10 in that picture.
This is true. I think he's just trying to play into the fandom that, hey, I'm here now. I'm with my guy, Coach Vrabel. Everybody's happy to see me here. Let's play to it. But to the point, you're a wide receiver. If you were going to be a fan of anybody in that era, it would have been Randy Moss, because Randy Moss is arguably the best wide receiver of a generation. And what him and Tom Brady did together was generational.
To be fair, Thomas B is the best quarterback of all time.
Tom who?
Thomas B. I'm going full governments today for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, you're going full Thomas Edward Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. AKA Teb, not Ted. Because if it was Ted, then that'd be comical that a fucking bear.
I think
Arthur
Juan here wanted to pull a fast one, and they got him.
Arthur Juan Brown is who you're talking about?
Yep.
Arthur Juan Brown, very well. Are you sure that it's Arthur Juan?
I've never been more sure in my life.
Seriously?
Yep. Arthur Juan Brown is an American professional football player for the New England Patriots.
Well, the reason I asked is because I have a brother. Technically, his name is Richard, but he goes by RJ.
Yeah.
And it would be hysterical if his name was Richard Juan.
Richard Juan Stas.
Richard Juan. Hey, Richard Juan. How you doing, dude? I want to start answering the phone and be like, Richard Juan, what's up, dog?
What's up, Juan?
Hey, Juan, you're my guy. Shout out
Juan
to the
Mayor.
other Juan. Shout out to Juan Mayor. Shout out to Juan from Chicago. Good dude. Listen, I understand the fun of being a fan and all this, but do you really think they were going to believe it?
No, clearly not. It was snuffed out quick, bud.
You want to know what else was snuffed out quick, Vince?
What's that?
The Chicago Bears' little ploy to move to Indiana.
There still are.
They're not gonna. It's a snuff out because the state of Illinois deliberated long enough. They met in the Senate allegedly until 4:30 in the morning on Sunday evening. But your problem is, Vince, it's Chicago. It's the state of Illinois. It's Crook County.
Yeah,
okay.
Crook County,
And
Windy City for a reason.
The state of Indiana took what? 5 days to figure out, and they all deliberated, and each house came together, and everybody said, all right, let's put the beautiful bill together. Bears, please come here. Okay, we'd love to have you. We'll also give you funding. We'll give you all the tax breaks you want.
Well, yeah, they
Build
don't
it
believe
here.
in taxes in Indiana. Yeah, we have plenty of taxes over here on this side of the water.
And now the state of Illinois, you got the Pritz guy out here being a putz, and he's stating, "Oh, we can't do this to the taxpayers." Blah 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 blah. I got news. Somebody's not getting the payout.
Yep.
Somebody's not getting the payout. And on top of all that, the Bears are just using this to kick the can down the road a little bit longer.
Leverage.
It's what?
It's leverage.
What's leverage?
Leverage.
Oh,
That's all it is.
It is a little leverage. You're not wrong. And the state of Illinois snuffed it out, and they said, you know what? We know you guys wanted this done in a good time frame before summer starts. Nah, we're kicking this can down the road.
No, they were just like, we're not going to get the votes. We gave you an option
they can't
already.
decide anything.
They're not gonna. We gave you, we already gave you an idea of what we're going to work with. We'll see if we can pass this bill for you. No, we can't. Okay, we'll see what happens. I just think it's going to go far enough where they're actually just going to end up doing it in Indiana and no one's going to be happy. So,
well, if George had a pair of balls, no offense, but if Mr. McCaskey had a pair of stones, he would just say, fuck it, we're doing it.
I feel like they're gonna at some point here.
Dude, you own land. You don't got to go build.
That was the first problem. Don't buy
metal
that land. Don't buy that land if you're not going to build on. Well, they set themselves up already.
But what's funny is they haven't done a traffic study with the city of Arlington Heights.
Right.
Which would be like step, I don't know, 2, 3 after buying the land to be like, hey, we should probably get a traffic study done. Identify how this is going to, affect Route 53, Route 14, horribly. Arlington Heights Road, all the crossing streets that are getting you towards this megastructure that you plan on building.
It'll
where
affect
the Arlington
it a lot.
racetrack.
53 is already a mess. This is a little inside baseball. 53 is already a fucking mess. If you make it a football team next to it, it's going to be a bigger mess.
There is a reason that there are seasons in Chicago, and many people refer to them as 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. You have winter and you have
construction. Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
And that's it. So 9 times out of 10, I look at this as we're calling your bluff, Bears. You're
Call
not
me
as prepared
on June
as
2nd, 2027. Let's see where we're at on this.
I feel like at this point, I don't care. I mean,
Mike,
are you going to give a shit?
I said this, a year ago? When I was like, oh, another report of nothing. Let me know when they break ground. Don't care. Hey, I do care where they go, but I don't care about them being like, we talked about it again. Fantastic. Glad you guys
at this stage of the game. Who gives a shit?
I should have married.
If they're good, you should have. You had your chance, Vince. I said it for years. Vince could have just been. You could have been the boy toy.
Virginia, you look beautiful this time of year.
You could have been that. You could have been that. You could have been on the payroll. But here we are. Here we are. And she would have totally been more accepting of bigger Vince. She would have liked it.
I agree. She likes trap Vince now, though. A little bit thinner Vince.
Vince got a little slightly schvelter Vince, looking like handsome Squidward over here. Come on,
Squilliam. Squilliam. Excuse me. Excuse me.
But seriously, do you give a shit where they play? Because at this stage of the game, I don't.
I do.
If you're going to build a stadium,
think it should be in Indiana. I really don't think it should be. The place that
it's
they're going to
close enough.
I know, but the place they're going to build it is such a nasty place. It's just gross. And I don't want to, like, if you go over there, you're just like, ugh, I don't like this area. And then getting anywhere after it, and there's nothing cool around it, and it's just stupid. If anything, just keep it at Soldier Field and call it a day. Like, I don't even build a new one if you're going to do all that shit.
It'd be pretty cool, though. I mean, if you think about it, it's the same distance as it would be to go from, like, your house to the south side, minus there's not a train that goes directly to it.
No,
but
it's
there
not.
is. If you go, Vince, it's literally 25 minutes from Comiskey Park, or in this case, Mortgage Park.
So you're adding 25 minutes plus traffic getting into it. So you're talking about maybe it's an extra 40 minutes overall going to the south side.
There's also a train line. There's also a train line that goes right to it. And if you're smart, you create a water taxi system that could get you there.
Ooh,
and you go out of one of the harbors. You go out of one of the harbors and you go right there. That'd be sick because it's going to be right off the water.
Or you can just get off the Metro at Arlington Heights and put it in a place where it makes more sense. That's it.
True. I get
Stupid.
it. Dumb.
This is all stupid. Just get it together and finish it up. Any other thoughts on that, Mike?
No, I just think it's comical. Kevin Warren, though, really needs to pick out those seats, though.
Kevin. Yeah, and fucking Hard Knocks. Yeah, I think we should have stools. Who cares?
That's what we should focus on. It's really what we should focus on.
Excuse me, Hard Knocks crew, you got to make sure you include me. Let's talk about seats for a stadium we don't even know what we're going to build in 2 years. The coach was Eberflus. Caleb Williams just got drafted. Now look at us, and we're still talking about the same shit.
Talking about seats. Talk about bar stools.
Yeah.
We're talking about bar stools. You haven't even done a traffic study.
You want a booth? You don't know where the cars are going to go. Stupid. Come on. We have. If you're Kevin Warren and you have questions for us, the viewer, the layman, the Bear fan, the Chicago native myself, Chicago living person myself, not this fucking transplant Arizonian over there, but the Chicago living in Chicago guy over here. You can call in and air it out. 312-725-2107. Leave us a message. We'll play it live on the show. We got a new one, Mike.
Yay.
And here we go.
Hey there, buds. It's your buddy, Chicago Joe. I ain't really got much to say about Chicago baseball because obviously the Cubs aren't so hot right now. But, I guess, I don't know, the Sox are probably doing all right. Who really gives a shit about them, huh? But anyway, NBA Finals start tomorrow. We got the freaking Stanley Cup Finals today. That's going to be pretty sick. I wish the Hawks were in it, Remember those days? Those were good days. Well, anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time. I thought maybe I'd leave you guys with a joke here. You can tell your buddies at the bar this one, all right? Here it goes. All right. It goes like this. So you ask your buddy, you say, hey, who's the richest guy in the world, right? Or anything, like who owns this NBA team, right? And then he's like, oh, I don't know who. And then you go, well, I don't know either, but he's probably Achoo! And then you pretend to sneeze, all right? And then you go, oh, sorry, my allergies. Get it? All right, guys. I'll let you get back to the program now. You guys keep doing the Lord's work. Love you. Stay true to you, and that's about it. All right, Taxi Squad, or go fuck yourself. All right, bye-bye.
Dude, he said
Chicago Joe with that joke. I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember that one, so maybe.
And then
maybe
you pretend to sneeze, and you said, my allergies.
It's the richest guy right there.
It probably is the richest guy. Listen, he said, I don't want to take up too much of your time at like the 37-second mark, and that was a minute and a half.
Chicago Joe has good jokes. But let's talk about it for a second. Hold on. Let's talk about the great days of the Blackhawks being there.
Yeah.
That's almost 15 years ago, bud. 15 years ago. Crazy.
What, the last one was 11? The first one was 16? What, they won in
2011? Yeah.
11,
2011
11
or
13, 15?
Yeah. They have to.
Maybe?
I need to oogly, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. And you got Bedard, and you got some other draft picks that are coming into the works. So you might be here. But
Might be good
we'll
in
see.
a couple years here, but yeah, they did 10, 13, and 15. So yeah, 16 years, 13 years, 11 years. I miss those days. That was fun. That was super fun.
They actually kind of got me into hockey back then.
I was very
I still
into
like the hockey
then.
now.
Yeah.
Did you go to one of the parades? I never went to a parade.
I went to 2 of the 3. The first one, I was a sophomore in high school. That wasn't going to happen. The second one, I was a senior, I think, in high school, and I had friends living in the city. So I came out there and I drank a little bit underage. I know, sue me.
No way.
You're not allowed to bring or not in Arizona. What was it? What's the tea company with the jugs of iced tea? Brisk? Yeah.
Arizona iced tea?
Not the cans. The bottles. Brisk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brisk.
Yeah, watch your tongue.
Brisk.
I know what you were gonna do there.
Yeah,
Watch your tongue.
Brisk.
Yeah, so we put a bunch of Sailor Jerry's in a Brisk bottle.
Oh.
And I get to the parade and I'm like, and they're like, you can't bring that in. I'm like, down the hatch. And I was like, whoa. So I was a little loose that one. But yeah, and then the last one I was in college, so it was very fun. But, Chicago gets together for those types of things.
You're not kidding, Vince. You're not kidding. They do. I never went to one. I was too busy trying to make a career for myself. Crazy. Yeah, different times.
Yeah, you were out of school, so I wasn't.
Yeah, I was out of school. Didn't do the school thing. Thank God. That would have been. I would have partied myself out of school so quickly. Would have been a joke.
I was a
Wouldn't even
scholar.
been fun. You were a scholar.
I did a little
Yeah,
both.
no.
Let's be honest.
I found out. I found out that if you pay me to do something, I'm actually fairly good at it. So,
yeah, you need
kind
incentive.
of crazy. Yeah, sometimes you need a little.
My incentive was the gift of learning. How much did I retain? Only a quarter of it, probably. But alas, we're here.
See.
You gotta learn how to learn, though. I learned how to learn, Mike, and that's beautiful.
Chicago Joe kind of leads us into our next segment, though, Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little baseball. First and foremost, I want to touch on the College World Series for a minute.
Yeah.
Right now, we're all in all the super qualifiers and all the regional qualifiers.
Yeah,
and
they're
all
not in
these
Nebraska
things.
yet.
Not yet to Nebraska, but these games are just as fun. Like I got caught up watching Texas A&M and USC last night, and USC came back in a nice little way, going down 1-0 in like the 5th, and then they came back and won like 7-1, which is great to see. But the biggest surprise over the weekend was a team that I saw last year in the Western Conference Championships in Las Vegas, which was the St. Mary's, whatever they call. They're like I don't know. It's like some version of Angels, right?
Okay.
St. Mary's, private Catholic institution in California, and they are just epic at baseball.
And
Knock
basketball.
off number 1. Okay, number 1 seed
Wait.
UCLA. Rock
Cali?
Chalowski. What?
Cali or Texas?
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's
ranked.
Gales. Different St. Mary's. Okay,
The
that's
Gales,
what was my issue.
yes.
Got ya.
The Gales knock off the number 1 rated UCLA Bruins 6-5 in 10 innings. Insane. UCLA has arguably the top prospect in all of this right now.
Not even an argument. He will be number 1, most likely. Yeah, Morgana, California. Sorry, I was stuck on that. Yeah, he. As a White Sox fan, that's probably going to get him. You're like, hey, you got to play well against St. Mary's. 2 for 12 in regionals, 2 singles for the number 1 guy.
He
And
also
I know.
had a historic season.
I know.
He hit more consecutive home runs, I think, than any college player in NCAA
But
history.
you know,
or some
people are going to
shit.
talk about this like, oh, boy.
You do not let this sway your decision. Everything I
Sure.
read about Rock Chalowski is that not only is he an
Stud.
exceptional athlete and baseball player, he's also an exceptional human.
Mhm.
So that's even better. So what more could you ask for if you're
Good
the
guys
White
with good
Sox?
bats. Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying, well, you have too many shortstops in your system. That's a wonderful problem to have.
They're athletes, people. I will tell everybody forever, if you have a shortstop can play second, and a shortstop can play third. And a lot of shortstops can play center or right field if they have a cannon. You can put them in different places. You know what you can't do? Take a first baseman and make him a shortstop. You can take a shortstop and make him a first baseman. Like, it's two different things.
This is very true, Vince.
Yeah.
This is incredibly true.
You know, if you need to make trades down the line, it allows and it opens up the door for that. Sox got number 1 on a whim. You're going to take it. And you probably got to take him regardless.
You must take Rock Chalowski.
Yeah.
Number 1. There's not a doubt in my mind there. He has the most Southside name of all time.
Yeah.
That's all I got. He has the most Southside name of all time.
But by the time this comes, who's that, Mike?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was like, by the time we talk about this next week, we should be either in Omaha or close to it. By the time next
all the super regionals have concluded. We're getting to a point here where the next run is going to be the super regionals, which is going to be exciting.
Yeah,
which will be this weekend.
There you go.
So for all of you, they're happening kind of as we speak during this entire week and what this looks like. So the super regional matchups, best of 3. Okay, all times here. So we have Cal Poly at number 16, West Virginia. That starts at Friday at noon. That goes Saturday through Sunday. Then we have Oklahoma and Kansas. Okay. That is a fun, almost interstate rivalry. Then we have Mississippi State and Georgia, SEC.
State.
Another 3-game set. Then we
pretty good at baseball every year, Mississippi State.
Yep. And then we have Ole Miss in number 4, Auburn. And then you have USC in number 5, North Carolina for the Chapel Hill game. And then you have number 11, Oregon at Texas. So kind of a fun little football game there.
I remember. I'm surprised like UNLV isn't very good at baseball.
ASU's also usually in this discussion as well.
You just that area of the states usually brings up a lot of good baseball players.
Mm-hmm. You're not kidding.
But maybe they went to California or Texas or Oklahoma or Mississippi.
Very true. College World Series starts on Friday, June 12th through Sunday, June 21st. So next Friday. So we should Monday, June 22nd.
We should know by next Friday who we're looking at for the College World Series. But that's very fun.
We'll know. We'll know after
I did talk
weekend.
about this with my brother, Mike. And call me a fake fan. But my brother's friends do a festival in Woodstock. Very fun. We were out there watching music, all that stuff. We go into the bar to grab a bite really quick. Bunch of TVs are on. Bunch of TVs playing college baseball. My brother doesn't watch a lot of sports. He just watches the NBA. And he's like, a lot of college baseball on right now. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, who's good? And I was like, don't know. And he's like, what? And I was like, dude, I like watching college football because there's only so many football games in a season. I like watching the end of the year college basketball unless it's a DePaul team because that's my team. There are too many baseball games on every single day for me to lock in on college baseball until the World Series comes. And even at that point, like I'm watching the ones that I want to watch. It's too much. It's just too much. I can't get locked in and be like, oh yeah, like Ole Miss has these 4 good players. I can't do that. I don't have it.
Listen, it's fun every year because not much else is on.
Yeah.
The finals for both NBA and NHL are ending by the time the College World Series begins.
Right.
So it's kind of a nice little buffer where you get something fun to watch, like a playoff environment to watch in the middle of an MLB season. Football doesn't start for another 3 months almost.
How much college baseball have you watched this year so far?
I would say a whopping total of 3 games.
I've watched probably 3 innings. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I don't watch full games. I catch them, whatever inning they're in. And I'm like, okay, yeah, if it's an exciting game, it stays on. If it's not, I'm not watching it.
Listen for the sound of the ding off the bat, That's really all I'm looking for.
Well, some of these guys are potentially going to be the first picks taken in the MLB draft, like a Rock Chalowski, even though they're eliminated now. which is also the fun of this, because a team like Cal Poly can be in a super regional, or a team like St. Mary's could have played Cal Poly and then, eventually they lose, but still a low-level team can make their way up the ranks. Who the hell would assume half of these teams to be where they are?
I remember back in the day, the only reason I knew what Cal State Fullerton was because they were good at baseball.
See?
Yeah.
NIU was in a tournament to be they were in a regional qualifier to be involved in this. They won the MAC.
They beat Notre Dame. Oh, Mike, did you see new odds came out for Heisman totals this year?
Oh boy.
Did you see that? Boy. I don't know if you did or not. I'm just asking if you did.
Yeah, Vince, are you going to glaze a Notre Dame player?
I was just going to say, who's the most likely to win it according to the sports books?
I don't know.
You told me I just brought him up because I just like Notre Dame a lot. He's number 1.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
You got to get on grass, dude. Got to get on grass, Vince. Got to get on grass, brother.
That was the conversation. I understand. I'm not saying he's going to win it. That was the conversation. Who's going to win Heisman this year? Well, the favorites are, and then I list them off, and you're like, CJ Carl, look at the and I'm like, bitch, look at the sport books.
All right, bitch.
Don't do the different argument
Julian saying has a legitimate calendar in front of him. So does Arch Manning. Because they play in a real conference and not a teddy bear conference that you've created for yourself.
They're second and third. Yeah.
And then you also have Jeremiah Smith in that whole conversation.
Yep.
Don't forget, if he balls out this season, he could potentially be Heisman worthy, even though the whole thing has become like very, very much so quarterback winning.
We included Dante Moore as well.
Even though
the initial conversation was, what are the odds? Is it possible to win it? And you're like, he's not going to do anything. He's not even going to be on there. Boom, dude.
Hey, if you want to glaze this, Carlos Mencia, be my guest. But
I'm not. I'm just saying he's on there, and now he's the favorite. So I don't know what to tell you.
Well, a lot of people said the White Sox were going to be terrible. So
that's true.
I
took under 70, so you might get it. Boom. Let's go.
Boom.
Vetch.
And speaking of which, the Sox had a weekend sweep of the Detroit Tigers.
Wowza.
A team that is most likely going to blow it up, even though they were the wild card last year.
Dude, the last
very good towards the end of the
2
season.
years they've been good, yeah.
It's nuts, Vince.
They're bad. They're bad right now.
Sox come out of nowhere this year and are playing above 500 baseball. They're a game out of first place.
They're going to lose today, though, but still, yeah.
Well, they lost last night. Okay, so they lost. They were a quick turnaround going from here to Minnesota. Dropped a game last night. Just rookie pitcher just didn't.
You got to feel for Drew Sandlin, dude. Drew Sandlin. His name's Drew, right? I think it is.
Here, I'll get you. I'm pulling up data.
You have to feel for him because he did his first start and he played the Minnesota Twins. And then they go to Detroit. He doesn't get a start in there. And wait, not Drew Sandlin. Why did I bring that name up? Sandlin. Nick Sandlin. Jeez Louise. Nick Sandlin, he pitches his first.
David Sandlin. David Sandlin.
I don't even know where I'm finding this stuff. Sandlin, White Sox, David. Thank you. He pitches against the Twins. First start in the MLB. They go to play the Tigers. They come back. They play the Twins again. His second start's against the same team. So he goes through the same team 4 times through the lineup. You're going to get shelled as a rookie the 4th time you play against a guy. That is just what's going to happen, dude. You can't avoid that.
I don't disagree. And I watched like the first 4 or 5 innings of this game, and he was pretty clean throughout. Mm-hmm. And then the Twins just went on a 2-out rally. 3 runners on
fast. Yeah.
Right. 2 runners on, 3-run shot. I'm like, okay, now it's a 4-run inning for the Twins. So now it's 4-1, which is achievable. The Sox come back in the 5th to put up 3. So we're like, okay, looking good. And then the Twins come back with 4. And then Miguel Vargas hits a 2-run shot at the end of the game, but by that point,
that's like Chris Paul hits a 3 to come back, still down 43, and you're like, oh, okay.
And to your point, facing the same team twice in 6 days is kind of crazy.
In your first 2 starts, yeah.
And your first two starts, to your point, you got to play the same team. We got Davis Martin on the bump tonight, which is looking nice. So by the time you look at this, you will know. Davis Martin is top 10 Cy Young
Tuesday.
voting. It's Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday.
A little early this week.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday, isn't it? But at the end of the day, it's still baseball o'clock on this podcast. We're fully bought in. But, Vince, no good deed goes unpunished, because at this time, not only are the White Sox good, but we lose arguably our best player.
I don't even know if you can argue it.
Yep, he's our best player. 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. Munetaka Murakami out with a hamstring injury.
Watching that game in those red jerseys, still not a fan of them. I try to give them a shot.
Really?
I think it's cool that it's like the Bulls, Chicago, but it's just when they wear them, I'm just like, it just doesn't even feel like the White Sox. It just doesn't
so dope.
You like them?
I think it's great. I love it.
I think the hats are cool. The black hats are cool.
I think it's a wonderful crossover. I think it's killer. The Sox have always had the best colorways in baseball, in my opinion. When you used to do like the 80s
Sundays,
the 80s models, the Sundays with the red and the navy blue and the whites, those were kick ass. I have one of those hats. And then on top of that, you would do in the early 2000s, they would go 1901 in the old schools with that old school Sox logo, which is
what about the tanks, dude? Or not the tanks, the sleeveless?
The tanks. I had a tank jersey back. I wish I still had it. I think I donated it. That's the one thing I wish I could have back is one of those.
Do you know who it was?
No, it just was a blank. It was cool.
Nice.
It was cool.
Yeah. And it's the Southside ones were awesome too. And I think the hats for the Chicago Bulls crossover are cool. It's just, I don't know, red doesn't do it for me on the White Sox jersey. It just doesn't.
The Southside Connect jerseys, in my opinion, were a lot. In my eyes, I'd prefer what they're rocking now. I think they're just so cool. And the Miguel Vargas in that walk-off on Friday night, which was absolute electricity. It was insane.
Yeah.
To see that.
No, he's fun. And I think them losing. So, speaking of running down the base pass, we've seen this play out before. He hits first base. He holds his hamstring. I'm like, okay, well, he's probably out for a year. That's horrible. That was my first thought. Like, damn it, we lost him for a year. And then he started walking a little bit. I'm like, maybe it's adrenaline. Maybe he's okay. 4 to 6 weeks is okay in comparison to what we think would happen. He's with the team still. He's in Chicago. He's taking care of business. Him and Kyle Teal got the same treatment. And you're like, all right, a month and a half, I'm okay with it. He's going to come back after the All-Star break, ready to roll. My AL Rookie of the Year bet is kind of fucked, but that was fun for a bit. Should have cashed out.
I look at this time as a nice opportunity to be positive, even though we could be negative. To your point, you hope there's no setbacks along the way. But if all plays out correctly, because I don't foresee them rushing Teal back anytime soon.
No, don't need to.
You bring up Jacob Gonzalez. He was raking in AAA. Braden Montgomery is like on pace to be one of the top prospects in all of baseball, if not the top prospect for outfielding in all of baseball. So he could be up after the All-Star break as well.
Probably September, for being honest, at that arbitration date.
You're past it at this point.
No, but September call-ups.
Got it.
So you get to keep him for
another year. You want that other year of control.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you do this right, Vince, in my eyes, you come back after the All-Star break with Mune and Kyle Teal.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jacob Gonzalez, if he's still playing the way you want to, okay, what's the problem with keeping that guy on the roster?
None at all. That's just, you got your people stopgap at first base. There was a play yesterday where I was like, really wish we had a lefty first baseman right now. They'd stretch off the bag.
Mooney isn't a lefty.
I know Mooney he's not, but it's like sometimes you see it. You see a third baseman playing first, and you're like, oh, like you could have got the ball like that much quicker.
Or Jacob Gonzalez with a heads-up double play last night. I don't know if you saw that. That was impressive. Ground ball to first base as opposed to stepping on first base and only getting that first out, goes to second with it. Okay. Then Colson Montgomery overthrows first.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Gonzalez with an absolute hose throws him out at second. There's your double play. It was the most ass backwards double play,
dude.
But a heads up play.
They've been playing good defense, and there was one inning in particular, and I know they lost the game, but it was like 1 out, bases juiced, ball back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws it to second instead of first. Scary. Boom. Get him at first. There's a guy on first. There was 1 out then at that point. And then he steals second. You're like, oh shit. Ball goes in the middle of the infield. They throw it home. They get the stop. You're like, all right, cool. You're stopping runs from coming in. This is great. And then they stop the bleeding. I like to see that because that is not the way the White Sox used to play defense. No shot.
I really feel Venables has to be runner-up for manager of the year. I feel like that's a better bet at this point in time than anything else.
Yeah, that's probably the highest one for us here.
He's been crushing, but the Sox had a sweep of a weekend.
Yeah.
Wonderful to see.
Can we talk
game
about
and a half out of first now?
PCA versus the city of St. Louis?
Sure. Let's talk about PCA versus the city of St. Louis, even though all three teams are in a battle for fourth place or third place or second place.
Yeah, it's a hell of a standing. No, I just thought it was funny. Tarps off, number one. Love it. Love
Fun.
tarps off. Right, what is it? Right field, right? They're just all up in the right field, not bleachers, but section in Busch Stadium is just a bunch of young fellas popping their tops off. Popping the tarps off. So, and they're known to get rowdy this year. They've been a good team. They've been fun to watch. And the entirety, seemingly, of the stadium was chanting overrated to PCA, which he is at this point based on the way he's playing, to which PCA hits a absolute knock to right field, right into the tarps off section after that. Tarps off section, the guy gets the ball. And they're like, throw it back in, throw it back in. Kid throws with his left hand. They're arguing that he's a righty, so he shouldn't have thrown with his left hand. Why would you ever do that if you were anybody? Throw with your dominant hand. He throws the ball to get it back to the field and just absolutely lasers it into the back of a Cubs fan. Like, just right at him. Doesn't make it out of the stands at all. And it's just the poorest show of athletic ability that I've seen in a situation like that.
I was about to say, if you've never thrown a baseball, I'm sorry, Henry Rodengardner, probably not the best idea to try and throw it back in the field of play.
It was the oppo version of that. Give it to your friend that knows how to throw.
And for anybody who doesn't get that reference, please watch the movie The Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
It's a classic.
Well, I was going to say, he threw a baseball and it was like, oh my God. This guy threw a baseball. It was like, oh my God.
Right. Right. Because those tendons in his arm were so tight. And then he snapped down on the doctor's nose and the doctor said funky butt loving. Everybody teases, did he say funky
butt loving? Yeah.
Funky butt loving.
But so listen, if you're a righty, if you're a righty and you're throwing with your left hand, throw it back into the field. You're crazy.
I just feel like Vince, he's just not an athlete.
That's what I think it was too.
He's there being with the boys.
Give it to your friend
to throw back. Yes, pretty much.
That's not the time to
throw
test.
paper. When you get here, you let go. You let go.
Yeah, you need to get air. Right here, baby. Not down here.
Who said that, Vince?
Right here. I don't know.
Chocolate, you're going to throw paper. When you get here, just let go.
Lou Gehrig.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Oh,
another reference. Boom. Boom. So, yes, guy should have never thrown that ball back. But can we just talk about the run he went on that night? Maybe the best game of his entire career. He was like 4 for 5, a triple away from the cycle, and had one of the best defensive plays I've seen in a long time to close out the game.
Yeah. I mean, they poked the bear and the bear woke up. That's what they did.
To your point, they don't win this series, though. Seiya Suzuki continues to play decent right field, but I'm just really kind of confused at this stage of the game as to what who's the pitcher?
Which one?
Cubs pitcher, Japanese.
Oh, Shota Imanaga.
Shota Imanaga is on a run of I don't know what this person is, because he'll go on 3-game stretches where he looks fantastic and then go on 6-game stretches where he's getting absolutely shelled.
He's never okay.
So
he's always bad or good. He's never okay.
To the point, I don't know if that guy's on your roster if you have the opportunity to get to the next level. Now, I understand you're not going to blow it up. We went into that ad nauseum last week. I will say, though, do you look at maybe adding an arm? A lot of people are saying the Tigers are looking to blow it up. Do you make a run at Tariq Skubal, even though you already have a $200 million payroll?
Yeah. I mean, you do, because you lost two of your top-end pitchers. Okay. They lost Justin Steele, and I forgot the other guy's name for the life of me, but both of them are out for the entire year, essentially. Maybe they come back.
A lot of people are saying you could get Steele back after the All-Star break.
That's what they're saying, but maybe. We'll see, because he pitched one time and it tightened up again. You're like, okay, let's make sure all of this is good. Yeah, they need to get an arm if they want to compete. There's no question about that. They're not going to blow it up. They're going to buy at the deadline for sure.
Do you bring in Skubal? And if so,
what's the cost?
The question, like the difference here is like you're not one piece away. It's not like the 2016 roster where you were a closer away, and it was very apparent. So you mortgage the future a little bit. You send in Gleyber Torres to the Yankees, and thank you for Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah,
and he's out the door the next year. So I understand that premise, but that's not the Cubs right now. There's too many gaps.
Yeah, I mean, Bush has been pretty bad this year. I don't know what you do. You bring in a couple guys, or they start playing again. Like, that's the thing. You look at this, and I'd say this in baseball all the time. Until you hit the 100-game mark, you don't know what the fuck your team is.
That's fair.
You're 68 games into the season. There's still 100 games to go. 93 or whatever. But you have to make that decision in July. So I think you look at it 2 weeks before the deadline. You say, what's going on? Because if it's really that bad and you're not even sure you're going to make the playoffs, then you don't go for a Tariq Skubal. If you think you're going to make the playoffs and you're like, hey, one pitcher's going to help us, then you do go for him. But is the asking price 3 prospects? They can trade draft picks now. Colin Cowherd, in case he didn't check in. Shout out to that when he just said trade the draft picks, even though he couldn't. Maybe trade a draft pick and 2 guys and say, all right, here you go. Is that your best shot?
In my eyes, at this stage of the game, you're going to have to mortgage the future if your plan is to win this year, because to your point, you've paid some guys. You paid Shota. You paid PCA. Okay, you paid Bregman.
Yep.
Now what?
Nico Horner.
Swanson's making a ton of money for the production.
That's what they need to get rid of. That's what they need to get rid of is Dansby Swanson.
Nico Horner could probably play shortstop tomorrow.
He came up as a short.
Yeah. I understand. But Dansby Swanson, he might be a piece you could move, but the problem is who wants him? Nobody.
I know. He's a hell of a glove. I'll give him that.
Oh, he's a defensive. He is not a defensive liability. The
he's
guy's
Andrelton Simmonsing, though.
That's fine. That's not good.
That's what I'm saying. He's just good with the glove, and he can't do shit at the plate. He's bad this year. No question.
Once again, could be a scotch of overreaction, but this NL Central is like the only way you're getting out of it is if you win the division. If you're the Cubs, you got to shoot for a wild card spot. But even then, that's not even a given right now because you got the Phillies playing great baseball, and then you have the NL West at this time where the Dodgers are starting to look like the Dodgers, but then you have San Diego and Arizona playing very good baseball at this point in time.
Problem, though.
They're tied for second.
If you look at the wild card, though, it's like the Cubs are better than almost every team in every division except for the first places. They're tied with, I mean, they have more losses, so you throw it up in a crapshoot, however that works. But same amount of wins as the Diamondbacks, same amount of wins as the Padres. More wins.
The season ends today. You're in a 3-way tie with the Cardinals and the Pirates. It doesn't make any sense.
It's 3 teams from the same damn division. Really. At what time of this year do we see an NL Central team with a losing record?
I don't know.
End of this month?
Maybe.
You have to imagine.
Well, they start playing each other here pretty soon, considering the Cardinal series, and they'll do it again in Chicago. And then you got, as we start to get to June, July, a lot of interdivision play starts to happen.
Yeah.
So I could foresee that starting to change, to your point, towards the end of the month. But it's so interesting. And then you jump to the AL. You got the White Sox and the Yankees sitting atop all the wild card spots right now. Sox are +3, and the Yankees are +7.5.
The AL is so bad. I mean, the Yankees can take the division in one game against the Rays right now. They're playing really good baseball. It's just more like you look, speaking of teams above 500, there's only 4. There's only 5 in the AL right now with teams above 500. There's 5 in the NL Central. There's just 2. They're playing 2 different brands of baseball right now in the 2 conferences.
You know, the White Sox are in the top 10 in power rankings for like the first time in a decade.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. All of this is just like, cool. Great. Yeah. I saw a post today too that was like, all of this is dealer's money. All this is house money. This is just fun. And then next year it's going to be like, all right, if you keep playing like this, now we have to try. That's really what it is.
Well, now you got to sign some pitching, and I'm tired of everybody being like, well, Ishbia has some say now. I don't think he does.
I think he will next year.
I hope you're right, because if that's the case, you sign Munetake Murakami right away.
Yes.
Or Murakami. But
Yes.
I don't even know if they're going to have the chance, Vince, because I don't know if you've seen this. The MLB came to the MLB Players Association with an idea of what this salary cap could look like and what a new CBA or collective bargaining agreement could look like.
Really quick though, Ishbia and his brother own 35% of the White Sox now, so they're going to have a little bit of a say.
Well, you hope it starts to become more and more, because that could be a nice little thing to step in and say, all right, Jerry, move over, hold this beer.
Yeah,
we got money to spend, but you don't want to spend money incorrectly. You don't want to turn into, what the Suns have turned into, which is just very heavy contracts and not much production to show for it.
Sure.
Baseball's
I'd like him to try. I'd like him to try.
Correct. Would be nice to have an owner who cares enough to put the money into it, and you don't want to become the Mets. But either way, the MLB CBA proposal just this past week, and I don't think it's going to get accepted, but here's a quick rundown.
But yeah, go ahead.
The proposal would require every MLB team to maintain a payroll between $171.2 million. So that's the minimum of a payroll you would have to have. And then $245.3 million, which would be your ceiling or your cap beginning in 2027. This is a part of a proposed 7-year CBA term running from 2027 to 2033, and also includes a 50-50 revenue split with players and centralized local media revenue sharing to address blackout issues. Under the proposed cap, 8 teams, the Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, Blue Jays, Phillies, Red Sox, Padres, and Braves, would need to reduce payroll by a combined $578 million. That is more than $500 million. There's no chance.
I think the Dodgers have double the payroll of the cap.
I think correct. It is basically double.
Why did the players approve this?
They won't. No. I think the floor needs to be closer to like 200 million, and the cap needs to be closer to almost 400 million to 350 million.
If you make the floor 200 million, then Reinsdorf's not going to agree to it. That's the thing. You got the guys that own the A's, and you got Jerry Reinsdorf, and you have guys that the Royals owner. You have guys that aren't spending any money at all, that they have to spend more to get to that 171 million spot. And those, so the owners hate it. Great. The players are never going to agree on a cap unless it's already been implemented previously. There's no real reason for them to do it. What do they get? What's the benefit of them doing that? 50-50 revenue split isn't going to help when players are getting paid like that. And what do you do if you're Shohei Ohtani and you can't get signed by anybody because you have 3/4 of the payroll in 1 year? Like, what do you do?
So the lowest payroll in baseball is Miami Marlins. $78.8 million.
They have to spend $100 million to get over the cap.
I don't see many teams buying into that.
No way.
So whoever decided at this, I don't foresee this being the case. It just seems like
I think they were trying to light a match and see if it would start on fire. They're trying to see what happens.
I've read an article recently by Jeff Pass, and he's saying it's not too early to panic, but it's leaning towards a lockout.
It's going to be a lot. We talked about this last year. It's going to be a lockout. It's probably going to be a full year. We're probably going to lose a year of baseball. Would not be surprised. Maybe 2.
God, if that happens again,
They're gonna fuck
Does
the whole
sport of
game up.
baseball even
Starts
does
dying.
it even come back? It's been
It
dying
does.
for a
I know.
decade.
I know, but it does though, because they still got viewership and people are still watching it. And I'm still watching it. People are still talking about it. Like it's not going to go away. But it is going to take a substantial hit, and people are not going to believe in the game, just like it's happened over its whole history. It's not America's game anymore.
True.
Everybody knows it. Same thing's going to happen, and you're just like, but the problem is that this is all going to get proposed, and then people are going to start blaming the players like crazy, and you're like, good faith arguments in contract negotiations and CBA negotiations are both sides, and owners are fucks too. So remember both sides of this when it happens, because it's inevitable.
You're not lying, Vince. So I look at this situation, and to your point, lockout's imminent. You hope you don't lose a whole season.
Yeah, you will.
This is also many reasons. Italian guilt. Why you said you may want to get out for spring training because it could be the last one in many moons. But I digress.
Don't talk to me about personal
Vince,
information.
we have the wheel of death. Okay.
Oh, the wheel
ahead
of
us.
teams.
So
we still have not agreed on that name.
Wheel of death
until the day that
Wheel of
death
death.
do us part, Mike. I will never agree on that name.
The wheel of death, dude.
All right, here we go.
Well, considering we're headed for a lockout, it could be the wheel of death.
True. The Pirates.
This is a little fun.
They're fun.
They are fun. Best prospect in baseball. Already
I was gonna
signed him to 9 years.
First thing you think of when you think of the Pirates is who, Mike?
Paul Skeens and Livy
Everybody.
Dunn.
That's wild. I don't think he'll be done right off the bat. But the Pirates have maybe the best pitcher in the league. Unless you're Shohei Ohtani, because he's just insane. I watched him pitch the other day, and his numbers are crazy, dude. He's throwing like 1 dot first time in the order, 1.2 or something like that. He's throwing under 1 ERA for the second time in the order, and he's got a 3.79 for the third time in the order. None of those are bad, but definitely worse than the third time in the order. And like, if you got to start cherry picking those stats to get to a point where Paul Skeens isn't good, that means you're in a really good spot as far as he's concerned. Is he on the Pirates forever? I don't know. He seems like he's just ironclad going to be a Yankee at some point, the same way Garrett Cole was. But you don't think about that now, because the Pirates have a winning record, and the Pirates are better than most teams in the MLB. Let's talk about the goods, Mike. Give me the goods of the Pittsburgh Pirates right now.
Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens.
I mean, personally, that's your tip top. But I mean, granted, right now they're playing 500 baseball. They're 2.5 games back of the Cardinals and the Cubs. I mean, basically, they're all tied for third place.
Right.
So, or should I say second? Their payroll is about $136 million,
which is high for the
so
Pirates.
they're ranking 22nd in the MLB to give that
High.
clarity.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens, to your point, outside of a rough opening 2 weeks, he's been nails ever since.
He's been very
The
good.
offense is surprising. Brandon Lowe, who's helped drive a better than expected for the club.
Is he Lowe or Lowe? Remember that? Like 2 years ago, there was two Brandon Lowe. There was a Brandon Lowe and a Brandon Lowe, and I didn't know which one was which ever.
I don't know.
Did he play for the Rays?
Personally, I'm going to say Lowe.
I think he's Lowe. I think he's Lowe, dude. I think he's Lowe.
I go Michael Lowe, who was a third baseman for the Marlins.
I go.
That's where my brain goes.
Hardware store, Lowe's.
See, okay, but still not the first guy. Or Derek Lowe. Remember Derek Lowe?
I do. What a dog.
Remember Derek Lowe?
Yeah,
Derek Lowe was an
Marlins
absolute beast.
and the Red Sox. I think this guy's Lowe though, but Derek Lowe is a dog.
Dude, it's spelled the same way. Derek Lowe.
I know.
Or
I know.
Or Brandon Lowe. Lowe. That's Lowe.
Okay, let's ask how to pronounce Brandon Lowe. L-A-U rhymes with now or plow. Don't know what to tell you.
You don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, the rotation is not just necessarily Skeens, Vince. Mitch Keller has been a pleasant surprise as well, posting a 2.85 ERA. So they got
Not
two
this
guys
year.
who are shoving right now. Who?
Mitch Keller's got a 4.35.
Oh, okay. Well,
Fact check. Brandon
Fact check.
Ashcroft in 12 starts, 277. And
that's
then
impressive.
Carmen Mladzinski, there's one, has a 376 and 11 starts as well on his end.
Okay. Vince, at this stage of the game, I mean, they've been a nice surprise.
They've been fun.
I don't think they're going to be much more.
You don't think so?
Right.
They're similar to the White Sox in a lot of ways. They're in a hell of a division. You have Brian Reynolds, who is going to continue to play good. He's 263. I mean, he's their grizzled veteran now, him and Brandon Lau. Marcell Ozuna, don't forget him. I am Ozuna from the Braves. Remember that shit? When he got his DUI.
Actually.
He's an all-time bad guy. Joey Bart, who was supposed to be good years ago coming out of the minors, hasn't been good, but this year he plays well. But I think the number one guy we got to talk about is Connor Griffin, who's out on the 10-day IL right now, but he was the number one prospect in baseball, gets called up, immediately signs a massive deal. Comes
He's a
in,
freak.
He's got 208 appearances this year, or plate appearances this year, hitting a 270 with 4 bombs, 729 OPS as a rookie is nothing to cry about. That's for sure.
Are they still going to be a dog water franchise? Let's face it. Like,
Yes.
Like, what's the projection of the Pirates? Do you foresee the Pirates being a wild card spot, even though they
That's
are
the only place
tied
they can get, but
for
not
the
this year.
third wild card spot? Do you
I
know
know.
that Jacob Mizorowski in his past 8 starts doesn't even have an ERA clipping above 1?
Right. And you want to know who's better?
His ERA is like 0.85. It's insane.
You know who's better than him somehow?
Who?
Christopher Sanchez in the Phillies. He didn't give up a run for the entire month of May.
It's
Unbelievable.
bananas.
Unbelievable.
But Mizorowski, let's face it. I mean, he's
great.
jumping off the page in many ways. Just
He was going to
his
be great, and he
average
is great.
103.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, let's face it. You're a Pirates fan. Even though I really want to go to that
Mike,
ballpark.
we're White Sox fans, bud. It's the
I
same
understand.
shit.
When's the last time the Pirates won a World Series? Or were even competitive?
70. I mean,
I
they
don't
were
even know.
competitive. They were competitive in those early Kutch years with Francisco Cervelli and all of them on that team. They were good that year, those couple years.
Paul LaDuca? Come on, there's a plug.
That was before him,
all right.
though, right?
This is a fun game. Name your favorite Pirates legends.
We should
1,
start.
2,
We should
3,
start
go.
doing. We should start doing that in every wheel spin.
Okay.
Clemente, obviously a dog.
Roberto Clemente is one of the best right fielders to ever play the game.
Aramis Ramirez was a beast on there, and you were able to root for him when he was on the team. Andrew McCutcheon, obviously a dog. Who was that long-haired blonde guy? AJ Burnett, was he a Pirate?
I don't think so.
He was a Red? Oh,
Maybe.
he was most certainly a Pirate, Mike. And he was a Pirate
okay.
for his 35-36 year and 2015. Not very good on the
think
Pirates.
AJ Burnett. I think AJ Burnett, Marlins AJ Burnett.
Oh, I think him
that's
as
where
a
I'm at.
Blue Jay because he was playing with Roy Halladay.
Interesting.
Who are yours?
I mean, Paul LaDuca, plug. Paul LaDuca, one of the better catchers of a generation. Guy would
Do you
run
you
through
think of him
brick
as a
wall.
Pirate?
He played for the Athletics, and longest played for the Pirates.
Paul LaDuca?
The catcher, Paul LaDuca.
Is that your final answer?
Swear to God, he played for the Pirates for a long time.
He played
Jason
for the-
Kendall, never mind.
Yeah. I was like, he played for the Dodgers, the Marlins, and the Mets.
Jason Kendall. Forgive me,
Yes.
Jason Kendall.
Kendall.
Going back in the
definitely a
Rolodex,
Pirate.
Jason Kendall, one
Yeah.
of the best catchers to do it. The last time Tigers won a World Series, by the way, it was in 1979. They beat the Orioles.
Here's one.
Okay.
Favorite Pirate of all time, Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds could be one. Willie Stargell. There's
Yeah.
another one.
Barry Bonds was a
Um,
Hall of Famer on the Pirates before he got to the fucking Giants.
Barry Bonds, before he ever took steroids, was going to be a Hall of Famer, which is
Yeah.
why it's kind of sad.
Stupid.
Brian,
It's like
okay,
insane,
here's
stupid.
a plug. Here's a plug for you. Brian Giles.
Kind of.
Was an all-star for the Pirates, second base.
I know. I think he was like one of those guys that had like one of the craziest fucking years for like 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. played his college ball at San Diego State.
And speaking of juice, he was on the juice for sure, right?
Oh, he kind of, I mean, come on, let's face it.
Yeah.
Some of those guys
he had
went
4
under
years
the
in a
radar.
row where he hit almost 40 home runs, and then it all kind of tapered off pretty quickly. That'll happen.
Some of those things were absolutely next level.
Yeah. He was.
That's kind of like my historic Pirates that I could call out off the top of my head. And then, I mean, of course, Garrett Cole.
Right. They also had Joe Musgrove, didn't they?
Maybe.
Because we talked about him in the Padres segment. I think he was a Pirate too. Because they had him. He went Houston, Pittsburgh. They had him and Garrett Cole at the same time, and it was like both these guys are so good, and both of them left because the Pirates didn't want to pay him. We understand that pain. We like the White Sox. We understand that pain.
We completely understand that pain. At least they developed some pitching talent, which the White Sox, you could argue, still develop pitching talent. But
yeah,
Vince, I just look at that, and that's kind of the Pirates. If you're a fan, that ballpark, really cool.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that guy who got his ass beat by a belt whipping.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was fun, dude.
That
security
happened.
guard
That
just
happened
whipped him
in
with the
Pittsburgh.
belt. He's like, get down.
Beat his ass with a belt.
He
Beat his
deserved
ass
it.
with a belt.
He deserved it.
It's really all I got on the Pirates, Vince.
This is a situation where you hope they're good all year and they make a run because the city deserves it, but you just don't think that they can. And I would not be surprised if everybody else around the entire continental U.S., besides us,
You guess?
feels about that same way about the White Sox. It could blow up at any time.
True. The White Sox are at least in a wild card position where they're plus. So
The only
that's
benefit
exciting.
is they're in the AL. But you know what I'm saying, though? It's like, it's surprising. You didn't expect this to happen. It's probably not going to go well, but people want them to do it because it's fun and they've been bad forever.
True. This is true.
You know?
Very fair. Very fair. No, I look at this opportunity for them to, if there is a payroll and a floor, you know, the cheap owners of the MLB won't necessarily want to buy in at 171 million, but the teams
They'll
that
just
are way
sell
over that
their
as a whole.
teams. That's the benefit
True.
of implementing the cap, is that the guys that don't want to spend money are just going to sell the teams.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, this stage of the game, you look at a team like the Marlins, dead last in cap,
Yeah.
making a ton of money off that stadium in other ways. What else are you doing?
Right. Well, I mean, no one's going to Marlins games. But also the Marlins had a nice little run for a little bit of time in there.
That's fair. That's fair. You're not lying. I mean, early 2000s Marlins nails.
Hey, who's the last player to win MVP for the Pirates?
Barry Bonds.
No. Later.
Really? Later?
Way more recent, rather.
Oh, God. No idea.
Andrew McCutchen, 2013.
That's crazy. Well, that kind of makes sense. That's
Who's
nuts
the last
that
player to
Bonds-
win MVP for the White Sox?
Ooh.
You got this. It's real recent.
No, Tim Anderson won a Silver Slugger.
No, same team.
Same team?
Come on. Grizzled vet. 2020, shortened season.
I'm out, dude. I'm
Jose
lost.
Abreu, dude. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, dude.
crazy. I totally forgot about
He
that.
won MVP because he hit 317 with 20 home runs in 60 games.
It's impressive in itself. Who would have I could have not, if you hit me with that
Yeah.
at my most buzz, I wouldn't have been able to plug that.
I remember that because people still talk about it and they're like, it's the most bullshit MVP. And I agree. They barely played a season.
Yeah.
You can't really give
like-
an MVP for
It's
that.
like the Lakers title that year.
Mhm.
It just doesn't really count.
Not
Speaking
at
of
all.
basketball, Vince, you want to know what game counted? Game 7
Yes, it
of
did.
the Thunder and the Spurs Western Conference Final.
I love
which
when you watch
was-
basketball and you participate in this segment of the podcast and all that. I love it. I love when you do this. It makes me so happy.
I'll always say I watch.
I like
playoff
playoff basketball. Yeah.
Well, in the season they don't play defense, and it's not exciting to watch.
I'm with you. I understand. I'm just saying, I love this. It's nice. It's a good change.
Well, you're right, Vince, and I do enjoy watching these games, especially when they mean something and the teams are actually like competing, and it's not just a free for all to see who can get closest to 200. So I'm really all about NBA playoffs because this is really when these guys earn their paychecks.
Yep.
Now, if we look at this game on Saturday, it was kind of the tale of two halves in many ways.
Yeah.
The Thunder just were coming out flat to start these last 3 games, one could argue, against the Spurs, and then they would seemingly find a way to win. But I think that
it was
just
more
the end of the story. The end of the story here for me is just like Chet Holmgren got sunned by a 22-year-old.
Yep. It was the hat and the shoes. It was the hat and shoes of this game. The middle of the game, it was competitive the whole time. And the first quarter and the fourth quarter were just Spurs. It's really what it was. Fun fact, nobody has lost a Game 7 on their birthday in NBA history. I bring that up because the birthday of Harrison Barnes was on Saturday. And the Spurs win. And you're like, just get a guy
cool.
Get a guy whose birthday is on the Game 7 and you're fine. You'll be all right.
Golden State Warrior legend Harrison Barnes. Come on, we got it.
It happened again at that time, and they also won. So,
do you know that 2 players who were on the Sacramento Kings are now going to an NBA final?
De'Aaron Fox and let's move to the Knicks.
Harrison Barnes.
Oh, Barnes was on the. Oh yeah.
You know who coached him? Speaking of the Knicks,
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Mike Brown. But to the point, I want to stay on this game.
Please. We must.
Victor Wembanyama maybe just put the entire NBA on notice in this series. And I don't know if Jalen Williams would have made the difference if he would have been the key link. I think it would have helped. I think to have another scorer on the floor would have been wonderful for them, other than they were doubling SGA.
Well, they couldn't. And then no one could shoot on this team.
Lou Dort, who usually is nails when he has other guys around him, like Jalen Williams and SGA. When he's your second best shooter and they're taking him away as well, it's tough. And then you think Chet Holmgren could run with Wemby, but there is some lore here. I don't know if anybody knows this.
Yes, go ahead.
You know the lore?
Yes, I was going to say it, but I'm like, you brought it up. You say it.
The 19U Nationals and Chet Holmgren beat Victor Wembanyama and the French team in that 19U for gold. And then, like, Victor's been holding on to that for like the past 4 years.
He said, "Fuck that kid." Yeah, he said, "Fuck that kid. I'm never gonna like him."
I think he like hates him.
I think he does too.
Like, I think that this is a rivalry for like
maybe not like as a person, but he's like, if I see this guy on the basketball court, my job is to dominate him for the rest of my career. And I heard something today that was very funny. Chet Holmgren at a young age was always the tallest person, the most dominant person. Beat everybody. Gets to college. He's massive. He's on Gonzaga. He's destroying everybody. No question. This is the first guy that's been taller than him his entire life. And he's just like, oh, okay. The fact that he, number one, was one of their top draft picks. He is a cornerstone of their franchise. And they get into in a Game 7. He plays 33 minutes and he puts up 2 shots. He scores 4 points. He steals, blocks, great. When you're playing a guy like that, you got to get up and do it, and you got to put on some muscle. If you're Chet Holmgren, whatever you're doing this offseason, you need to put on some muscle because he looked like 7-foot McLovin out there, just like all the memes are telling us.
You got a meme?
I do have a meme, dude. Let me pull up the McLovin meme.
See there's a McLovin. So what'd they do? Did they put his body and then like McLovin's body and then like his head or the opposite?
All you gotta do is look up Chet McLovin and you'll have one of these just popping right onto your screen. It's beautiful.
Why does it fit so well?
Because he's so lanky and skinny that it actually looks like it's his actual body. It's really unbelievable.
Gangstas, what's up, guys?
Yeah. My name's McLovin. It's like, what would you have gone with, Muhammad? It is the most common name in the world.
No, because only the dumb fuck would pick a stupid shit name like McLovin.
But really, just in this game, it was just the Spurs weren't going to lose. Every single player on the Spurs outside of Harrison Barnes, love Harrison Barnes, positive plus minus. Every single player on the Thunder, negative plus minus. That means no matter what they did, they're going to lose this game because the Spurs just outplayed them. And De'Aaron Fox had a pretty good game. Wembenyama had a good game, but he wasn't required to score 48 points. He went out there and played the game as he should. They just play better basketball. Julian Champagne, I don't know how to say his name, never have. I learned this too. He used to be a Philadelphia 76er.
Another one.
And the 76ers got rid of him because they wanted to call up Mac McClung so he could be in this slam dunk contest.
Oh, yeah. Max McClung? We're going Max Bulls legend Max McClung?
Not even Max, Mac with a C.
Mac McClung, there you go.
They brought him up and got rid of Julian Champagne. Champagne, I think is what it is. Got Julian Champagne because Mac McClung had to be in the dunk contest. And now he's playing 37 minutes in the Western Conference Finals in a Game 7 with a plus 16 plus minus 6 for 10 from 3.
20 points.
It's a well-run team, man. The block by Cornette? Come on.
That was talk about getting sunned.
Come on.
And then Wemby dunking over Chet Holmgren, which is, of course, what we're talking about, how that is now Wemby's son. And then, Dylan Harper, 12 points, 7 rebounds, plus 9.
Rookie.
This
Dylan Harper, rookie,
team,
coming out and doing that.
To be a Spurs fan just has to be absolutely horrible, huh? Because you go from just years of just winning and winning and winning and winning, and then a gap, and then you draft the arguably most generational talent in the NBA recent history.
They were competitive from like 1997 to 2015.
So you go on like a 9-year break, and then everything still looks good. You have arguably some of the smartest NBA minds in the country just coming together. They bring in a nice young fresh-faced head coach who's clearly in tight with Wemby. Tim Duncan comes in, arguably the best power forward to ever play the game.
Not even arguably.
It's crazy. It sucks to be a Spurs fan. Now, let's talk about the
Knicks. Build a good ecosystem. It feeds on itself. You're going to live forever.
Let's talk about the Knicks.
Let's talk.
I don't know how Cat's going to fare against Wemby. Jalen Brunson.
It's not going to be a
Josh
Cat
Hart
versus Wemby, dude. It's got to be a team versus Wemby.
That's what Cat needs to not be the zesty boy that he is and actually show that he's from New Jersey.
He's bigger than Chet, size-wise. Same height.
He could body perfectly, but size, like, he's going to get shot over in most cases.
Sure, but everybody is
6'10", 6'11".
6'11". Yeah, he's just an inch shorter than Chet, but he's a little bit bigger. It's gonna have to be by committee. This is one of those situations you're like, he can score, but you can't let him score. Like, if he scores everything, they're gonna win the game. They need to have Bridges playing good defense. They need Brunson to play good defense. They need, like, you're gonna have to go by committee. They play good basketball in San Antonio. I think this is a 50-50 shot now. I like the Knicks. And maybe that's just because they haven't played since May 25th, like a week ago. Like,
they haven't lost in a month?
Yeah. They won 11 games in a row. They haven't played basketball in forever. Like, New York has just been skipping around the loo the whole time. They've just been like, whenever the final starts, we'll see what happens. It's a fun matchup. This is a rematch of 1999, by the way. 99, not 99, 98.
98 was the Bulls, bro.
It was. So what would that be 99? Because then after, because it was Ewing versus
94.
No. It was Ewing. I'm pretty sure it's 99 because Tim Duncan was on the team.
Then it would have been 99 or 2000.
2000 was the Lakers. 1999 NBA Finals, Knicks Spurs. Yeah, I shouldn't question
I was
myself.
about to say, because the 98 was the last championship.
Yeah,
run for
and then
the Bulls,
2000 was the Lakers. So
Lakers. That's right.
That's the last time they matched up. This is a rematch. This is fun. Different teams, obviously, but same teams. I like Jalen Brunson. I think Bridges is going to play a big role here. I think they match up really well. Just Wembenyama is that guy. And can Cat play as a number 1 overall pick like he's supposed to? That's what we're looking at.
When was the last time anybody wanted the Knicks to win anything? You see what I'm saying? Like, I want the Knicks to win. I'm all bought in on
I want them to, too.
I just think they haven't won anything in over 50 years.
2 questions for you. Who do you want to win?
I want the Knicks to win.
Who do you think's going to win?
I think it's going to be a 7-game set.
Yeah.
I think they're very evenly matched. Now, the one thing I will say is this. Defensively, these games are going to be tight.
Yeah.
And
these
are 2 teams that value defense and play physical basketball, which is why I'm very excited to watch this series more than the last.
Yeah.
So I think the Knicks are going to play physical. Jalen Brunson, I think defensively, De'Aaron Fox will match up really nicely, but then again, he's a defensive dog as well. Brunson's a Chicago kid as well. I would love to see. I'd love to see it. And Cat, hometown guy, it'd be cool. Even though we poke some fun at him quite a bit.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you have to. My thing is like this is the consummate rest versus rust debate. This is the Knicks haven't played in a week and 2 days until they played their first game, and the Spurs were just literally in a battle, and now they're 3 days later and they're right back to another battle. You're playing Wemby for 42 minutes a game. He's a big dude. Like, he can't be completely recovered. I'm assuming the Knicks are completely healthy and happy right now.
Yeah, that's to your point. Is it that rust over rest thing?
I think the Spurs take game 1 and then the Knicks take 2 in a row. That's what I think happens.
Where does the series start? Does it start in New York?
It starts in San Antonio because they were the better team. It's San Antonio, New York for the first 4.
There's a potential here where, New York has the opportunity to get this thing. If you can go on the road and win 1 on the road, that's huge.
Yeah. Just
in the grand scheme of a series. So I feel like the Knicks have an advantage where defensively they play very sound. I feel like you've had enough time to watch them play.
Yeah.
And know what they're doing well and know what they're not doing well. On top of that, if you've put together a game plan, if you're Mike Brown, it's going to be a potentially fun little thing. They've had less time to prepare for the Knicks. The Knicks have had more time to prepare for them.
For sure.
So
I just think X factor, like you expect Karl-Anthony Towns to play well. You expect Jalen Brunson to play well. You need Josh Hart to be doing that scrappy minutes. I think if Mikal Bridges can play a lot better than he has been the last couple games, he's going to be X factor because you have a wing guy that can penetrate and shoot the ball on a good day, and he can play good defense. If you have that third or fourth option, however you want to list them, great. And they have chemistry, and they all went to college together for fuck's sake. Like that's they've been playing basketball together forever. So if he can get to his spots and make shots, and get around Stephon Castle and get around like Devin Vassell and get around all those other guys. Like, I just think there's a lot of players on both sides of this that can make a difference, where a lot of people are talking about Wemby, obviously, because he's the king of this castle right now. But there are a lot of guys on the Spurs, but there are a lot of guys on the Knicks. And there's going to be a lot of, like OG Anunoby. He can have an OG game. You can have Landry Shamet shoot 11 from 12 from 3. And you're like, all right, well, you can't stop him. So it's, it's going to be by committee. It's definitely going to be by committee.
I feel like the world's kind of fell in love with the Spurs right now. If you look at kind of what the money is at in Vegas, about 63% plus of bets are on the Spurs as the favorite right now, which I'd hammer. If I'm the Knicks, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to go 6 or 7. I do believe
Me too.
It's going to be that. I think the more dominant team in the stretch here of the postseason has been the Knicks. And I mean, let's not factor out teams. I get it, but which leads me to my next question. But what we're not factoring, and many people aren't factoring in, the crowd at the Garden.
Yeah.
That's the brightest of lights in any stage imaginable.
Yeah. This is celebrities versus big boned in San Antonio women. That's literally the argument right now. Have you seen this broadcast? Every time they go to the Spurs coach, there's just 3 women in low-cut shirts right behind him the whole time. Did you see that? Every time I was watching it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like what's going on over there?
And then we got white boy Timmy, just chilling on the sideline of every Knicks game. Tim's the dog. And you got Ben Stiller. It's just, I just want Action Bronson at one of the games. Give me Action Bronson at one of the games.
That'd be sick. I mean, everybody's going to show out, and all these tickets are going to be insane. But you know who's calling the game?
Mike Tirico.
Mike Breen.
Don't know who that is.
He is the play-by-play for the Knicks during the season. He's also the best person in the NBA for calling games. And you may know him
I like Tirico on NBC.
I do too, but I don't want him to be the color commentator of an NBA game.
Fair.
He can do like the and welcome back to, but like I don't want him being like, you know Mike Breen because you know bang. Curry with the 3, bang! You know he does that.
Oh, that guy.
That's
that
him.
guy. Bang!
Yeah. And it's the best. Okay. It's the single best when you're watching a basketball game. It's like him and Kevin Harlan. Those are the 2 guys I want to hear while calling a basketball.
Kevin Harlan's amazing. Kevin Harlan's fantastic. No Kevin Harlan from 2K.
Oh yeah.
So at this stage, I mean, if they get distracted by the Mammon race, and the Knicks good, they very well could.
They could.
Who knows where those ladies are there? Are they associated to somebody? Maybe.
Probably San Antonio. Maybe they're trying to show. They're trying to show Charles Barkley that there's more than just large women in San Antonio, because that's what he keeps saying. All right. The first game's Wednesday night. Today's Tuesday, so we're not going to see it. Predictions. Give me how many games, who wins, MVP.
Give me 7 games. I think the Spurs take game 1. And I think Jalen Brunson's going to be your series MVP. I think he needs to be at his very best, and I think he'll show up. Chicago guy. Give me the Knicks in 7 and give me Jalen Brunson.
I don't even need to talk. You just read my mind.
Seriously?
Yep.
Almost like we agree with some things. Now, there is a very, very...
I forget I have it.
On a devil's...
Sorry, go ahead.
Devil's advocate, Mike's devil's advocate.
Yeah.
The Spurs could very well take this in 6. If the Knicks come out flat, I foresee that could be a thing. And if Wemby is at the very top of his game, which that could also be a thing.
Yeah.
There's many, many opportunities, but my gut's telling me Knicks.
So many games. That's what my thing is, just like at some point you got to gas out. Even if you're like a professional through and through, like Wemby is. Like they played 7 games against the best team in the NBA. He's playing 40-plus minutes every single game. He has not played this deep into a season yet. Like, that's my only thought, is they got a week of rest in New York, and the Spurs are just immediately flipping over and going right back at it. They might start hot, but if they go 7, like, at some point you get tired.
That's why I'm saying I foresee the Spurs could win game 1. But Vince, this isn't the only playoff series at hand right now. Tonight, as we speak, and when this podcast drops, which will be Thursday, we will be heading into game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup final.
Tied in the second period 3-3 right now, by the way. I don't know if he's caught that.
These 2 teams are very evenly matched. We talked about it last week. The Knights swept, then Carolina sweeps.
No, 1-5. They were both like...
Oh, my bad.
Just what a boring conference finals.
Mine as well have swept the Montreal sweep. Canadiens. To Vince's point, a gentleman's
Canadiens.
Sweep. I think these 2 teams of Carolina and Vegas are very evenly matched.
I agree.
I feel like they have some really good goaltending. They also have some very, very good penalty kills. And on top of that, I feel like they are really pushing the game offensively as well.
Yeah.
keys to the series.
Goaltending.
I just want Corey Hart, man. I love that guy. We talked about him last week.
Quarter.
I like it.
Carter Hart.
There we go.
Is probably.
I was thinking Corey Crawford. Forgive me.
He's a goalie. It counts.
Chicago brain.
Carter.
Carter.
No, but Carter Hart has been awesome for them. And we went over the whole saga that ESPN went into for no goddamn reason. He's been awesome for them. He's probably the better goalie, but Carolina's also had a goalie playing his ass off too. I mean, both of them have played every single minute of every single game of this entire Stanley Cup playoffs. I think that's going to be the thing because they got goal scorers on both ends. People are talking about the Vegas going back to the Stanley Cup and how bullshit that whole draft was, and it is funny, but it's all, hindsight's always 20/20. If he plays a solid goal, I think Vegas wins this one. I just do. I don't know that much about hockey, kids. I'm not going to act like I do. But he's been good in goal, and if he's good in goal against Carolina, Vegas has enough guys to score enough goals.
Well, so they're 3-3 late going into game one. I feel like this series couldn't very fat go 6 or 7 once again.
Sure.
Two series on opposite sides of the aisle. I feel like these two teams are very evenly matched. I mean, Carolina is the 1 seed in the East, okay, and then you got Vegas being the 1 seed in the West. So it's rare you get 2 1 seeds. Vegas has just been here before.
They have.
I feel like in hockey, especially it's a sport that's as brutal as this is, and guys are skating with many injuries. You want a team who's done it before. And in my eyes, that's Vegas's probably tried and true path to victory is that they're going to lean on their experience. They swept Colorado, one of the best teams. Everybody had them going, including
injury laden, but yes.
Understood, but
still
little Vince was enamored with them. I mean, let's face it. Everybody
Big
had them there.
Yeah.
Not to puff the own chest a little bit, I'll glaze myself.
Okay.
I'll pick Vegas.
Do it. Fine.
Carolina, more polished team overall. They're a little bit deeper. Hard to score on, but that's proven to be kind of a interesting matchup at this stage, considering they're tied. It's just really going to boil down to who's going to have the horses in the later run. So if there's injuries as the series progresses, that's going to be a definite thing to pay attention to because this isn't the NBA where there's injuries.
Yeah, like Mitchell Robinson breaking his thumb or whatever, pinky. It's like tape it and play. He's gonna. Also, he's huge, by the way. We didn't talk about that, but him versus Wemby is going to be huge because he's a defensive juggernaut. Either way, hockey. The Knights fired their coach in March. And got a new one, and now they're in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's so unbelievable.
Once again, the strong core of a group of guys who've been playing together for years.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a new voice to come in.
And it worked, clearly. Like, shit.
There you have it.
Jack Eichel, baby.
In my eyes, I'm looking at this and saying, yeah, Jack Eichel. You got a team on the opposite end of the aisle who's a little bit younger, deeper, but then again, don't necessarily have the experience. Now, for the city of Raleigh, North Carolina, this would be like something that will be posters for in every town square for the next 20 years. In Vegas, it'll just be,
another one.
Another one. And I kind of hate to say it, I feel like Vegas has got this. It's just where my gut's leading.
I think Carolina wins because I want to see it.
Okay. House
Carolina has the same cheap ass owner as the Portland Trail Blazers. That's the only thing that pisses me off. Is that this guy he's just getting there, and you're like, how do you do that? Like, he fired his whole staff on the Blazers, and didn't buy T-shirts for the crowd because it was too expensive. You're just shit like that. It pisses you off. I want to see Carolina win, so let's do the same thing. How many games? Who wins MVP?
MVP hockey's it's tough because if one guy just tears off the okay.
Yo.
Hey, how you doing? I want Vegas. Give me Vegas in 6.
Okay.
I'm not going to pick an MVP because that could just. Of
Carolina?
course, your brain leads Eichel,
Yeah.
but
Who knows? I'm going to go Carolina 7 and give it to Nikolaj Ehlers because he's already got 2 goals today. So let's just keep it going, bud.
okay, so that's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be an awesome matchup. Both series I'm super stoked for. The
Please
hockey one
don't
I might be a little
5
more excited
games
for.
hockey. Come on. Please don't be 5 games.
I agree with that statement. Where are they? Are they playing in Vegas or are they playing in?
They're playing in I forgot. Do they do right side is away? I don't know if hockey's weird. I think they're in Carolina.
Okay. Love it. Okay, let's talk about football, shall we?
Yeah.
Vince, the NFL free agency topics are crazy. We started
June
the podcast
1st.
with the NFL. We're ending the podcast with the NFL.
June
I woke
1st?
up.
That's when trades go through.
I woke up Monday morning, and mind you, it's 11 a.m. in the Central Time Zone, or noon, and it's 9-ish. So I'm starting to get my day going. Wife and I did a little overnight. It was fun. Went up to Flag, enjoyed
Cute.
it. Went to a Michelin-rated restaurant. 10 out of 10.
Nice.
I would say that it wasn't on my bingo card to wake up June 1 and say Myles Garrett, the best defensive player in all of the entire National Football League, is going to a team that went to the NFC Championship game last year. But I was wrong.
Unreal.
I was wrong. The Cleveland Browns traded the best defensive player of a generation to a team that won a Super Bowl not even 5 years ago.
It almost went to one last year.
And almost went to one last year, to the point I don't know if they're ever going to lose again. The trade goes down. Jared Verse, a first-round pick in 2028, a second-round
7.
pick.
Yeah. And then 8 and then 9 is a second and a third. First, second, and third in Jared verse for Myles Garrett. Bag. Deservedly so, but bag. If you're the Rams now, it's like, listen. Because you think about it too, you're like, first round pick Ty Simpson, and then they go and get Myles Garrett. You're like, okay. They won't have another one next year.
It starts to make more sense, though, doesn't it?
Sorta. It still doesn't make any sense.
Well,
but sort of, yes.
Well, the Ty Simpson pick makes more sense because it's like now we know we're in our window. We got Stafford for another year. Really beef this thing up.
I think they signed up for 2, right?
Yeah.
In case he retires.
So you sign Matt Stafford again. He comes in, barring injury, is your guy. Won an MVP last year at almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
Is on a Tom Brady-esque end of NFL career here. And now you get the best defensive player in the country. And with the middle of that line, and now they're saying Aaron Donald might come back. They may never lose again. Aaron Donald's 35 years old, and he's still a freak of nature.
He hasn't played in 3 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. He's healthy. If I'm being honest. Dude, this is... First off, the Rams keep doing this shit. They keep doing this shit. They go out in free agency. They're like, let's just pick up Trent McDuffie because he's incredible. And also, let's trade for Myles Garrett because he's incredible.
No, they traded for Trent McDuffie.
Or they traded for him. Same thing. Let's trade for Trent McDuffie because he's incredible. Let's get Myles Garrett because he's incredible. Great idea. What a strategy. Why don't other teams do this? We don't need first-round picks if we have the best players of their position across the board. I mean, they have what? A top 3 wide receiver and then another top 10 wide receiver, best quarterback. Kyron Williams is going to do his job behind the line of scrimmage as a running back. You got Myles Garrett. You got Trent McDuffie. You got that entire defense who was good last year. If they don't win a Super Bowl, it's a bust. Literally. There's no other way about it.
There's no doubt in my eyes this is Super Bowl or bust, but this is what they did the same year that they got Stafford, right? This was a very similar thing. It's like the NFL posted a thing that said, frick those picks.
Yeah.
I think they might say fuck those picks, but
yeah,
that's what the front office
of the
Rams do.
Let a
naysayer know. If the Rams can pull this off a second time, I mean, if you're McVay, retire. And if I'm not even kidding. If you're McVay, just hang it up. Just be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm done.
I know.
I don't need to groom a young quarterback. I don't need to do any of that shit
that the owner just liked. Yeah, or the GM just liked, so they were like, draft him. Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. It does start to make a little bit more sense. You draft a guy who could just sit behind Stafford for the next year or two, and you go win a couple Super Bowls, and you say, all right, man, here's the keys. Don't fuck it up.
Yep.
Myles Garrett will ride off in the sunset with him. He's cost controlled. Jared Verse, though, to the Browns, if we could talk about this for a second, the Browns might have an idea. I don't feel bad for him. He's from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, he probably wanted to leave.
Cool that
I'm in LA, hell yeah. And then they're like, go back to Ohio, but
I guess, but nothing like it'd be like if you got traded to the Bears and you're from there, right? So it'd be fun.
Because it's Ohio, not Chicago.
That's fair. Ohio is not a big fan of Ohio.
No offense, but Cleveland isn't Chicago.
Correct. But if you're from there, I guess it kind of makes some sort of sense.
Sure.
But if you look at it, you got 2 first-round draft picks. You're probably going to tank this year. Shador, you're going to see what you have there. Deshaun Watson has a lot to prove. Highest paid quarterback, I think. I think Shador is going to start long-term, but I digress.
Didn't they say he was Watson?
I don't know. But if you look at the long-term idea of this, you now have more capital to move up in the earlier rounds if a quarterback you fall in love with next year is the guy.
Let someone else drive the car.
Maybe.
Drive the car.
What are you referencing?
Drive the CJ car, Let someone else drive it. I'm just kidding. It's gonna be Arch. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around.
If CJ Carr goes number 1 overall, you're a savant.
If he goes number 1 overall, he won the Heisman. That's for sure.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You are a football savant if that happens. Vince.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go 1, but even so, yeah, it puts him in a good spot. But Browns are gonna Browns, and that's always the case. But I do they should have made this move. This was the correct move for them. I know he's the best defensive end in the entire league, but sell him high because you're not going to compete this year and get back the most that you can. And you got 3 top 3 round picks and Jared Verse, who's young and a good player. He's not Myles Garrett, but he can develop into a very good player. That's the best you can get for him, 100%.
I feel like the young core nucleus they're trying to build in Cleveland makes a lot of sense. You get a lot of money off the books. If Deshaun Watson isn't it, which he's probably not going to be, you get that deal off the books. You get a shit ton of money to play with. Granted, it's the Browns, so they're going to Brown, but you kind of see the picture for each team. Now, Of course, every Bear fan will say across all the airwaves, oh, do you think the Bears should have gave up 2 first-round picks and then 2 seconds and a third? No.
Nope.
We're not there yet.
And you also didn't have a Jared Verse, so.
I mean, hey, what if we gave up Austin Booker or Dio
4 first-round picks?
Dio Adangbo.
No.
Who's very motivated. A motivated Dio Adangbo.
Yeah. It wasn't the same. We didn't have that package available the same way that they did. We are not on that level. It's just not there yet.
We're not there.
Madden.
What about Madden?
You see the cover release?
Is that for sure? I thought
it was a leak. It was a leak.
I feel like Christopher Moltisanti right now. I saw that movie. I thought that was bullshit.
I thought it was bullshit too, but they're coming out with more shit now, and I feel like it's like everybody's posting it, dude. Like people that
listen. I saw it. I thought it was bullshit, but if that is the Madden cover, that's the hardest Madden cover of all time.
It's sick for the people that want to know. Caleb Williams on the front, snowing, Iceman cover. Do I think he's built enough merit to be on the Madden cover? Absolutely not. There's just no way he should be on the cover yet. But if that's the cover, it's sick.
Hey, never forget that Peyton Hillis was on the cover of Madden once.
Well, that's the scary part, Mike. That's what I'm worried about.
No, I understand the Madden curse, but I think Josh Allen's kind of proven that's the case. And then not only that, but I also think that Patrick Mahomes has kind of proven that that's not the case either.
Yeah.
So I think Josh that curse can kind of be put to bed.
Brady denied it, and then other guys confirmed it. So I'm not really worried about that, but it's more just like, He might be going a little hard here on the Caleb Williams thing. And it might be it's just a deluxe edition cover, but I don't know.
Nothing is short of telling you that Caleb is on a path where with this offense, Ben Johnson at the helm, all the gas are giving Luther Burden right now. There's not a doubt in my mind he has a progression where he's getting better year after year after year. And then before you know it, it's like a Madden franchise. He's got the X factor and he's it.
Allow me to knock on wood and cross my fingers on that whole thing, but I feel the same way. But I just, things change quickly. So I wanted to bring that up, but we have another trade to talk about.
Vince, once again, and we talked about it earlier, and I might have buried the lead a little bit earlier, similar to what Mike Vrabel is doing with the none and other Diana Rossini. She broke this news before anybody that A.J. Brown was going to be a New England Patriot, and that deal is now done. They send a first-round draft pick to the Eagles for A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown is now reunited with his lovely head coach, Dirty Mike, and the gang.
What a bag for the Eagles. Howie Roseman does it again. They had to get rid of him. He wasn't going to stay.
You draft Mekhi Lemon, who is going to fit in beautifully in Philly. Absolute piece that can really fit into that offense seamlessly and not a selfish guy. They play very similar games.
Yeah.
So I just look at this as like, okay. Yeah.
First and fifth for him.
I mean, Vrabel was going to go hell or high water to get him.
By all means, though. Like, come on now.
That's kind of a lot, in my opinion.
It's a lot.
Wide receiver.
He is 28.
Now you're in a window.
A lot. Yeah, and they were we went to the Super Bowl last year, but they got destroyed in the Super Bowl, and their schedule is going to be a lot harder this year. If I'm a team like the Patriots, that'd be like the Bears trading a first and a fifth for a wide receiver. You can't do that. I'm worried for him. I pray for him.
Pray for him. There's no doubt. I think that this gives Drake May a number one target. And I mean, he's going to see 10 to 15 targets a game. If you're an A.J. Brown fantasy owner, he's easily a top 2 round, or if depending on your draft, I'm taking A.J. Brown in the first round. If I'm in the later half of that first round, he's going to get fed. It's going to be stupid how much he's going to get fed.
Maybe that's a bad thing.
No, it's not. This is what he wants.
Well, I know, but like the Patriots were like a, win by committee. Everybody's getting the ball. Like it wasn't just Diggs all the time. Like Hunter Henry was the best pass catcher on the team last year. Kayshon Boutte
is a free agent.
I know. That's what I understand. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like the Diggs show and everybody else was behind him. It was like Kayshon Boutte. It was Hunter Henry. You just hope, like, you're not 5 games of the season and A.J. Brown's just back on his shit saying, like, I need the ball more. It's like, well, we lose when you do that. So,
well, understanding that there's one football, but if you're getting the majority of the targets and you're scoring the majority of the touchdowns and all that good stuff, I'd like to remind you that when he would start squawking for the ball more and the game said he had a ton of receptions and 2 touchdowns, the Eagles kind of lost. So
they did lose. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When he needed the ball forced to him, they were losing the games. And you're like, maybe this is a problem. That's my whole thing. I mean, he's probably going to be good. He's not on a team now. He's good. Yeah. And like, that's the thing too. You're also inviting a hell of a personality into the locker room that could shake some things up. He is deep wide receiver number 1 right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And Diggs is gone. He was a distraction too. That clearly didn't affect him.
Tusi and Cardi B.
The biggest distraction is your head coach banging a reporter who broke this damn story. So come on. What are we doing?
This is a we will see move, but Howie Roseman got a bag for him, and you gotta.
Howie Roseman's doing Howie stuff.
He always does.
Vince, you wonder if these trade deals are like 2 guys sitting in like a high school classroom, and one's on one side of the room and the other's on the other side of the room. You ever just think that? I think it's go down.
I think a money ball.
You think a money ball?
Yeah.
Okay, well, J.J. McCarthy might think otherwise because most recently J.J., a.k.a. number 9,
God,
was getting questioned at OTAs with Kyler Murray there, and clearly one guy has had press training and then the other guy has not, And of course, it's like the day we dropped the podcast, there was news of this. And to give some background, Kyler Murray is on the Minnesota Vikings now, takes a very low vet deal to go try and revitalize his career. He's still 28 years old, been in the league 7 years, absolute unit. Played a lot of football. JJ McCarthy hasn't played a lot of football, hasn't proven shit.
Mm-hmm.
And JJ's out here acting like a spoiled rich kid from St. Charles because guess what? He is.
Yeah, well, Kyler Murray gets on the mic in the beginning, and they ask him about JJ McCarthy. He's like, we're both trying to learn. He's like, we work together. He's listening to advice because I've been in the league for 7 years, all that stuff, everything you're supposed to say. JJ McCarthy gets in there, and he's like, it's like being in a classroom where we're both on two sides. We're both competing for a position. You're like, those are two opposite reports. JJ McCarthy is probably more accurate. But I've never been so confident that Kyler Murray's a starting quarterback in the Minnesota Vikings in my life. Like, that was so, clear that it wasn't even competitive. It was just like, I don't like that this guy's here and he's taking my position. It's like, you're not good at quarterback, bud. You got to be good to keep that. Like, that's the problem. He isn't good, Mike. He isn't good.
You got to go compete for the job. He's proven a couple different times he can play the game, but
in pieces,
I mean,
of the game, not the whole game.
Correct. I don't foresee him being more than anything but a backup, and to think that you wasted a first-round draft pick on a guy who threw the ball 9 times.
Bad pick when they drafted him.
That's Kevin O'Connell's pick, though.
I know he's better. He's better with free agents than he is with rookies.
And that's the thing. If he's capable of doing that, and then you got Justin Jefferson there and Jordan Addison, I mean, who's to say this is the most weapons Kyler Murray's had since college? He had Hollywood in college.
Yeah. And he had him in the NFL too, but those Cardinal and Marvin Harrison didn't work out the way you wanted him to, and Kyler definitely wasn't not to blame on that either. It's just more like you put him in a new system, he can reset. I think he'd be a much better decision than JJ McCarthy at this point, and he's got two monster wide receivers on both ends. It's just if they play JJ McCarthy, it's just to prove a point and say we didn't waste his draft pick. It's not going to go well. It just isn't.
I think there could be a play here where JJ McCarthy gets the start to kick the season off.
3 weeks later, he's benched.
By game 2, the first sign of trouble, and you're not you're out. And then I don't think he sees the field again.
I agree. I think Kyler Murray's a better quarterback than him, to be honest.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. He's
shown that he's been good at times. It's just he hasn't been good the last 2 years.
Kyler hasn't been able to piece it together in the games where the lights were the brightest and it counted the most. That first playoff game against the Rams, I mean,
who does that remind you of?
Ate his lunch, but
a guy that when the lights got bright, he had a really hard time. Maybe he saw ghosts.
Sam Darnold,
and then he goes to Minnesota. He gets reclaimed. He goes to Seattle and he wins a goddamn Super Bowl. I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen, but it's not impossible, Mike.
I understand this, but one player hasn't been, Sam D wasn't a best quarterback in Texas high school history. And, clearly I understand that, but his path to get there is a little bit different than Kyler's. Kyler's been told he's the shit since he's been 15 years old.
Yeah. And then
a multi-sport athlete at that. And a multi-sport athlete at that. Never forget that Kyler Murray was also the first pick in the first round for the Oakland Athletics when he was also drafted for baseball in the first round of the first pick. So it's insane the amount of talent that if this guy never wants to touch a football again, he could get into a minor league program tomorrow and be playing.
Yep.
So but never forget that old chestnut. Now, another quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals starting to say that he might hold out, Vince. And do you know who that guy is?
Not Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett has come out and said, I ain't showing up to OTAs unless I have a new deal. They're like, excuse me, what the fuck have you done?
Do you think you are?
Hey, I got some completions last year. Yeah, and
strike while the iron's hot. He's the starter. He is the starter.
I guess, but Carson Beck, a.k.a. Sid the Sloth, could come in and potentially do something.
So restructure my contract before that even happens, please. That's what he's doing.
At all costs, keep Carson Beck away from Tempe. I repeat it. Keep Carson Beck away from Tempe, ASU's campus. Keep him away from it.
Yeah.
Because he's been known to be a horny little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Fumble the Cavender twin. Fumbled.
I think he
Absolutely fumbled.
got rid of it, honestly. But Jacoby Brissett, I just read this book because I was looking it up. Jacoby Brissett has contacted the Cardinals front office for even more money in his new contract, learning he will see Myles Garrett twice a year. He's like, oh shit, this is gonna hurt a lot. Like
speaking of which, if you are Joe Burrow right now, are you like, thank heavens, I don't have to see that guy twice a year anymore?
Now only 7 nukes are getting shot at me instead of 10. That's all he's saying.
Seriously, now he's like, holy shit.
He's still got Hendrickson and Crosby coming at him.
Well, not twice a year.
Not. Yeah, twice a year.
They're not. They don't see the Raiders twice a year, do they?
Ravens.
Is that the same division?
But
the
Crosby's
Ravens.
not
Yes,
on the Ravens. Crosby's on the Raiders. Damn.
Remember that.
Oh, my
Remember
brain.
that.
I forgot that was the whole thing. That's crazy. She's Hendrickson twice. Jesus Christ, dude.
Fine. See Hendrickson twice all you want.
100%.
With the new Ravens, like, I'll take that. At least you know how to play against that guy. You saw him in practice for 6 years. So if you're Joe Burrow, you're also ecstatic. But yeah, how about that? Jacoby Brissett. It's like, I want more money. Myles Garrett's traded to the Rams. I might retire.
Jacoby, go ahead. Who cares? The Cardinals are going to be horrible this year. Go ahead. Let Jeremiah Love run 1,000,000 times this year.
In other news, it's not really big news. Jackson Berrios is on the Giants, and so is OBJ.
Welcome home.
Yeah, that's going to
Braxton
do so
Berrios,
much.
Whatever. OBJ in a Giants jersey is going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that, and then 1 week later, I'm like, who?
It's all for the lore, isn't it? It's just to appease Giant fans. If he catches a touchdown,
fun.
If he catches 1 touchdown this year, it was worth it.
Super Bowl winner, OBJ. Don't forget.
Yeah, I mean, what is he going to do other than being like
nothing? He's not.
I don't.
The third wide receiver. They don't really have wide receivers.
So Malik Neighbors does not look good in a celebrity softball game. Seen limping.
Oh.
And also tore his ACL. So I don't know why
he shouldn't be playing celebrity. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is what they're looking at right now on their team. Malik Neighbors 1, Darius Slayton 2, Darnell Mooney 3. Backups: Calvin Austin, Malachi Fields, Isaiah Hodgins. Third string, Odell, then Juju, who's also on the Giants now, Jalen Hyatt, and
Juju.
then you get Braxton Berrios and Bo Collins and Dalen Cambry. They're not going to be able to keep, 4, 8, 12, 16 wide receivers on their team. They're just not going to be able to do that. So they got to figure out whatever that deal is.
No doubt. I don't think Berrios makes opening day roster. I look at this as like, okay. A lot of guys got re-signed this week too. Drake London got a $141 million extension. I think that's kind of fair. He's very good. He's very good.
He's very good.
NFL season. He's very good. A lot of guys would say he's not good, but he hasn't had a lot of people throwing him the football. You go from shitty Kirk Cousins and even shittier Michael Penix.
I don't like London. I don't like England, but it's a good contract.
Has anybody seen Drake London's hairline? Or no, Michael Penix's hairline at his wedding. There's a reason he wears the do-rag per Thundercat.
Oh boy.
Show it.
I'm looking for it right now.
Just put Michael Penix wedding pics. At that point, he should have just shaved his head. Let's see it. We got to see it.
I'm looking for it, Mike. If you put in hairline, it doesn't work. So looks like you're just the first thought leader of this.
Maybe I am.
What the
There's
hell?
a reason. Let's put it that way. Maybe they just scrubbed the internet of it.
Of his all, dude.
You just put Michael Penix wedding pics.
Hairline doesn't look that bad, Mike.
No, okay, never mind.
Might
Maybe
have
it was
gotten
doctor.
duped.
I've been duped before.
Let's see. That's a horrible picture. I just want to pull it up for. the sake of example here. Oh yeah, yeah, dude. This is somebody made a video, gave him receding hairline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got duped.
No,
The
it's good.
internet.
This is why we check these things.
The internet's.
This here, let me go back really quick just so the people can see. This is what it looks like. Open image in new tab. And share.
Do we think Tua in Atlanta could be a thing?
No.
Okay, yeah, the hairline's fine. Never mind.
Yeah, someone just got
Hairline's
you.
Gucci.
Everybody gets got once in a while.
I mean, who's opposed to being got, right?
You
You buying the Luther Burden chatter, Vince? Are you buying the Luther Burden? Ben buying stock on Luther Burden?
I buy that
OTAs.
I buy that he's trying very hard. I buy that he's a very good wide receiver. I'm just not going to buy that he's our wide receiver one now, and everybody's got to just chill out a little bit. Like, we'll see. But I think he's probably having a good OTAs, and I think he's locked in and ready to play really well this year. Would not be surprised by that. He was good at the end of last year too. So come on, why not? Come on.
All right.
Why not?
I like it. And in the words of Ben Johnson, the Bears need to coach better, and we also need a football field. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good problems to have, Vince. Good problems.
Certainly.
To have. No other good problems to have.
What, Mike?
The fact that I get to work in a podcast each and every week with a good fella. All right, we've been doing this for over 5 years. You want to call and tell us how much you love us? 312-725-2107. Leave a note. That's the hotline. Air it out. Tell us how you're feeling. Maybe you're mad. Maybe you're sad. Maybe you don't want the Bears to go to Indiana. Maybe you're like Mike. That's where people go to get rid of all the death by taxes in the state of Illinois. How dare you? How dare you?
Agreed.
Either that or you just moved to Arizona.
Crown Point is beautiful this time of year.
Crown Point is beautiful this time of year. So is there's some other nicer. I mean, Gary,
Fort
as long
Wayne.
as they're not going to be the Gary Bears.
yeah, right.
As long as you're not the Gary Bears, I think we're good because Gary is just a shithole. Even though Michael Jackson's from Gary, Indiana.
He is. So is Freddie Gibbs.
Hey, if you could count how many times Freddie Gibbs has told you in every song that he's ever made that it's Freddie Gibbs,
Yeah.
you think we'd be over 100?
It's name recognition. It's like when you keep saying something over and over again, hoping your wife would understand it.
It's Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
It's Freddie Gibbs.
You know it's him. You always do.
You know it's Freddie Gibbs. You do know, in fact, that it is Freddie Gibbs. Good times. Good times. Anyways, you want to call? Please do. Vince, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Next week, road game. Mike's back on the road next week.
Yeah.
And as always, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Talking tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know. Jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.